Today in 8th grade, we're going to be working on scale drawings. Now, I want to make something clear or clarify the difference between what a scale factor is and what we're looking at today is the scale or the key to like a map or a drawing. You've looked at scales or what you call keys on a maps. In other words, they might have a picture of a map and have a key on it that says that every inch on the map is equal to so many miles. Okay, that's what we're going to look at today. Now that is something different than the scale factor. The scale factor is a number that you are multiplying all the dimensions by to either enlarge it or reduce it. So let's kind of review a little bit about scale factor and let's compare the two. The scale factor is always found by taking the new distance over the original. If it is a reduction, that number is going to be less than 1 or a fraction. If it's something that's going to be an enlargement, then that number will be greater than 1. And you always want to set it up where you have the same units on top and bottom. Okay, that's how you find the scale factor. Now today we're looking at the scale, or sometimes we are known as the key. This is an example of what it might look like. You might say 1 inch is equal to 50 miles. You notice that they are not the same units, and that's okay. When you're finding the key, maybe when you're given some distance, 1 is always going to be on top. Now, how do you find it? This is how. You set up a proportion to solve. For instance, if you're told that 5 inches on the map is 250 miles in real life, what is the scale or the key? Well, to find out, I know it's going to be 1 inch for every so many miles. Well, how do I find that out? You can do cross products, or I know that 5 divided by 5 is 1. Therefore, 250 divided by 5 will be 50 miles. So I know then that my key is 1 inch for every 50 miles. And that's how you actually find the scale or the key to a drawing or map. Okay, let's take a look at an example. So Yukon has made a scale drawing of his yard. Here it is. The scale of the drawing is 1 centimeter is equal to 5/10 or half of a meter. If the length of the patio is 4.5 centimeters in the drawing, find the actual length. Okay, so they're saying the length of the patio is 4.5 centimeters in the drawing. We want to find the actual. So are we given a scale? Yes, we are given the scale. 1 centimeter compared to half of a meter. And then we're given that it should be proportional to centimeters in the drawing over meters in real life. So which one do I know? We know 4.5 centimeters, so it goes on top. And I get X meters. Okay, how do I solve? Right, do you cross products? What happens when you take 4.5 times a half? 2 2500ths equals 1x, and therefore x is equal to 2 2500ths meters. So if I have 4.5 centimeters in the drawing, that's really going to be 2 1/4 meters in real life. All right, any questions on that? Okay, this you work by first you're given the scale, and then you're finding the missing length, whether it be in the drawing itself or model or in the actual picture or actual thing, item. Okay, let's look at the second one. Here it says the actual distance between the water faucet and the pear tree is 11 2/10 meters. Find the corresponding distance on the drawing. Okay, so this time they're telling you what it is in real life. You're going to tell us or find out what it is in the drawing. Again, we start with the same key or the scale, 1 centimeter compared to half of a meter will be equal to blank centimeters over meters. And what do they give us? They give us the meters. They give us the actual this time. And we're going to find out what the centimeters are. Okay, 1 times 11 2/10 is 11 2/10 divided by 0.5. Gives you what? 22 4/10. And your label? Centimeters. Good. Okay, now it asks for here, find the scale factor for the drawing. Now if we were reviewing, scale factor means you're having the same units and you want new to original. Okay, so the new is 1 centimeter. The original is 1/2 of a meter. But now I have to make sure that these are the same units. So let's rewrite it. 1 centimeter, and let's change this to centimeters. 1/2 of a meter is how many centimeters? Half of a meter. Well, 1 meter is 100 centimeters, so 1/2 of a meter would be 50 centimeters. Okay, is your numerator at the top already at 1? Great, then this is the scale factor. It is 1 to 50. Okay, now if you were given some information, let's say that, like in this problem, we were told that in the picture it's 22 4/10 centimeters. And in real life, the distance between the water faucet and the pear tree is 11 2/10 meters. Suppose from this we are wanting to find the scale. How would I do that? How would I find the scale? Well, you're wanting to know how many centimeters represent meters. How many centimeters in the drawing equals meters? Okay, so you set it up as 22.4 over 11.2. Now this number has to be 1. What do I do to 22.4 to get it down to 1? I divide it by 22.4. So do the same to 11 2/10. 11 2/10 divided by 22 4/10, or use it just like a proportion, and you get 0.5. So that's telling me that for every 1 centimeter, it's going to be 1/2 of a meter. And that's the way that I turn a given information into a scale.